Before everything fell apart, life was simple. The mornings were filled with the quiet clatter of breakfast, the soft hum of a home alive with dreams. There was loved ones, the kind that didn't need grand gestures, just the comfort of knowing someone was there. She used to believe that love was forever, that people didn't walk away from families, from promises, from hearts. But she learned, sometimes, forever ends quietly. He left one ordinary morning. No storm, no fight, no warning. Just a silence that spoke louder than any word. A suitcase by the door, the sound of footsteps fading away, and the sudden emptiness that filled the house like winter. He didn't look back. That day, everything changed. The laughter stopped echoing off the walls. The tea on the table went cold. And the world, her world, shrank down to two people, a mother and her child. In the days that followed, she learned the weight of silence, how bills pile up faster than tears dry, how loneliness can sit beside you at dinner, how the nights feel longer when you don't have a voice whispering, "It's going to be okay." Money ran out before hope did. She sold what little she had, first the jewelry, then the furniture, and finally her pride. Every morning she woke before dawn, wrapping her child in a blanket, heading out to find work. Some days she cleaned houses, some days she washed dishes, and some days she simply stood outside shops hoping someone would need an extra hand. People pitied her, but no one truly helped. They saw a woman left behind, but not the battles she fought every hour. Her hands grew rough, her back ached, but her heart stayed strong. Because when you have a child, giving up isn't an option. There were nights when hunger whispered louder than sleep. She would feed her child and pretend she wasn't hungry. She would hum lullabies she barely remembered, just to drown out the ache inside. And when the child smiled, even for a moment, it was enough to make her believe she could survive one more day. Time moved slowly, like the pages of an old book. The pain didn't disappear, it simply became part of her. She stopped waiting for footsteps at the door, stopped checking her phone, stopped asking, "Why me?" Instead, she started asking, "What now?" She learned new skills. She took small jobs, then bigger ones. People began to notice her strength, the quiet kind, the kind that doesn't boast but builds. One day she was offered a permanent job, steady hours, fair pay, dignity. It wasn't much, but to her it was freedom. Years passed. The child grew. The little one who once clung to her leg now walked beside her, confident, kind, brave. They laughed together, dreamed together, and built a world that no longer missed the one who had left. She became both mother and father, both strength and comfort. She never spoke of the past, but sometimes, late at night, when a house was quiet, she'd look at the empty chair and feel the echo of what once was. Then one day, after years, the doorbell rang. When she opened it, time froze. There he was, older, tired, carrying regret like a heavy coat. His eyes searched for something, forgiveness, maybe love, but the house no longer held either for him. Inside, the child, now grown, looked at him without recognition. Because how can you know someone who left before you could remember their face? He tried to speak, but words failed him. She stood silently, calm, her strength radiating in every breath. There was no anger, not anymore. Just peace. Because she had already survived the worst thing he could ever do to her. He realized then that the family he once abandoned had moved on, not in hate, but in healing. And as he walked away, she closed the door softly, not out of rejection, but closure. That night, as she sat by the window with her tea, she smiled, not because life had been fair, but because she had faced it all and still stood tall. The storms had passed, the wounds had healed, and the woman who once begged for love had learned the greatest truth of all: that sometimes, when someone walks away, life isn't ending. It's just beginning again.